Hi, Dr. Dave here to present and demonstrate the Runout Drill System, or RDS. It is a new approach to practice, teach, and learn pool based on a system developed by Bob Jewett. RDS consists of a set of 16 break and run challenges of increasing levels of difficulty. They are summarized in the BU Exam 4 document linked in the video description. The number of balls in the rack varies from 6 to 15. You start with a break shot and then take ball in hand, meaning you can place the cue ball anywhere on the table. There is no penalty for a scratch from the break, and balls pocketed on the break remain down. Unlike dedicated skill or setup drills, where you repeat the same or similar shots or patterns over and over, RDS provides endless variations of shots, patterns, and game situations. And no table setup is required, just rack, break, and run the balls, just like playing regular pool. RDS tests and challenges all player levels from complete novice to seasoned professional. And you get to pocket lots of balls regardless of your playing level, so there is no major frustration involved. RDS provides excellent practice and helps one develop and improve strategy and pattern play in the games of 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball, and straight pool. I know, it sounds too good to be true, but you will soon see that it is good as it sounds, especially if you try it. I will demonstrate each of the 16 RDS levels summarized here. The yellow ratings estimate your playing ability based on where you end up in the drill. So RDS is not just for fun and productive practice, it also provides you with an A to D player rating. RDS is progressive and adaptive. When you do well, the level gets harder, and when you do poorly, the level gets easier. If you run 2 out of 3 racks at one level, where you make all the required balls without a miss, you go on to the next higher level. If you run only 1 of 3, you stay at the current level. And if you don't run any of the 3, you go down to the next lower level. If you are trying RDS for the first time, pick a level at which you are confident to run 2 out of 3 racks and start there. Otherwise, start where you left off in your previous session. After a practice session, your ending level and associated rating should be a decent indicator of your level of playing ability. And if you record your ending levels over time, you will be able to easily monitor your improvement as your game develops. The first level is the easiest. Just break a rack of 6 balls, remove the cue ball, and pocket each object ball directly in any order. With no cue ball, it is easy to focus on your stroke fundamentals. If you need help with your fundamentals, see the tutorial link in the video description. Even this simple level will test and help novice players learn how to modify their stance and bridge when necessary to reach shots. Anytime you hit object balls with the cue, be sure to carefully clean chalk marks off the balls. These marks can cause missed shots due to cling. Remember, to advance to the next level, you need to run 2 out of 3 racks in the previous level. In level 2, you again break 6 balls, but now you pocket each in any order with ball in hand for each shot. In this level, it is fun to practice trying to hit perfect stop shots, which is an important skill. If you find yourself with an awkward bridge, sometimes there are easy solutions. You can choose short side shape on balls tough to reach instead of using a mechanical bridge. In level 3, you get ball in hand after the break, plus 3 extras to use whenever you want. Now, in addition to pocketing balls, you need to start getting shape to make the next shot easy. You will also need to start thinking about basic patterns, the order and plan you choose to pocket the balls. Position play is a very important skill in pool that will be tested much more in the higher levels. I chose to tackle a difficult ball on the first shot and play position to an area where I would have options. I can literally shoot any ball on the table here as my second shot. Again, you can use your extra ball in hands whenever you want. It is obviously best to save them for when you really need them. I decided to follow forward off the 1 to get to the 3. That came up a little short, but that's why we practice, so we can learn from our mistakes and get better. I didn't really need ball in hands in this rack, but I used them anyway to show how it works. Level 4 is the same as level 3, but with only 2 extra ball in hands. Now you need to start learning to choose ball patterns and plan ahead with your cue ball control. I decided to start with the 3-1-4 grouping since little cue ball motion is required. and with ball in hand, I set up a natural angle on the 5 to head to the 6. I overhit that quite a bit, but I still have the out. Remember, you only need 2 out of 3 racks to progress to the next level, so you have room for a mistake. In level 5, you only have 1 extra ball in hand. You will learn in all levels that if you have problem balls or situations, you want to address them as early as possible, using your extra ball in hand if necessary. Here, I deal with the cluster right away. Cue ball control is much easier when you have angles on shots like this. Here, I am too straight to get easy position, so this might be a good place to use my extra ball in hand, but I decide to draw back with spin to try to get an easy shot at the one in the side. I came up short, but I'm still okay. It would be silly to not take my unused ball in hand here, but I decide to be silly. Level 6 is the first level that uses 8-ball rules, in this case applied to a 6-ball rack with the 8-ball added. You should put the 8 in the center, but the back is fine also. Again, break the balls and take ball in hand. There is a lot of strategy in the game of 8-ball. You want to choose the group that is easiest to run. You want to identify and plan for any problem balls. You need to have a plan to get to and pocket the 8, etc. See the video encyclopedia of 8-ball if you need or want some help. Here, I choose a good pattern leading to an easy out. This is the first level with a 9-ball rack, pocketing the balls in any order with 1 extra ball in hand allowed. The first thing you should learn is that with a good rack and an accurate hit from the side, you can easily pocket the wing ball. I decide to start with the balls in the middle of the table because they can sometimes cause trouble. I plan to clear the rest of the table in groupings, taking care of the 1 and 7 first. Now everything is close and manageable. I didn't need to use the ball in hand, but it can sure be a savior when you get into trouble. I should have used it to set up the last shot straight in, but I decided to challenge myself instead. Level 8 is another 8-ball rules game, this time using 9 balls. Practicing that 9-ball break can be helpful. Here, I made 1 of each group, and both groups are runnable. As in standard rules, the table is always open after the break. Because the stripes are close together, I decide to go with the 14-9-11 pattern. Here, I decide to play for the 11 in the side. I should obviously make this shot, but I miss. I think my main error was adjusting my aim after I was down on the shot. I was thinking the ball might throw a lot with the soft stun I was planning to use. Whenever you miss a ball, the rack is over, but it is a good idea to practice the shot before moving on. Also consider taking notes of misses and bad plays to monitor them over time to help guide any future drill-based practice. With my normal pre-shot routine, the shot is easy. Lesson learned. Don't change my aim or think about throw after I am already down on the shot. Get up and start over. Again, that's why we practice, so we can learn from our mistakes and try to prevent them in the future. It is also a good idea to practice the previous shot to see if there is a better position play to make the out easier. I think I like this pattern better, although I should have made that side pocket shot the first time. It was not difficult. Remember, if you don't run out a rack, you need to run the next 2 to advance. Level 9 is the first with 15 balls. Here, you can pocket the balls in any order and you get 2 extra ball in hands. So you don't need to solve all your problems right away, even if there are several to deal with. I recommend a stronger break with the full rack to create a good spread, but don't use more power than you can control. The only real problem in this rack is the 3, but I can easily break it out, especially with ball in hand. I decide to start with the 13 to open up this part of the table, since the crowding is a slight problem. Now I decide to solve the problem 3 with ball in hand. If you bump a ball by accident, just replace it, since we are playing under cue ball fouls only rules. I could shoot from here, but I might as well take advantage of ball in hand to make the shot and the rest of the out even easier. Level 10 is the first rotation rack, where you are required to hit the balls in numerical order like in the game of 9-ball. You might think pocketing 6 balls should be a lot easier than the 15 balls in the previous level, but the last level had 3 ball in hands and lots of options since you were able to hit anything at any time. Here, you must always hit the lowest numbered ball first and get good shape for the next shot, so there's very little room for error. There are no extra ball in hands in the upper levels, so you must do a better job with cue ball control during the entire run. You need to plan at least 3 balls ahead to get on the correct sides of balls and leave proper angles when necessary. For help with rotation game strategy, see the video encyclopedia of 9-ball and 10-ball, linked in the video description. I underhit that a little, but if you follow up a bad shot with a good one, you can get back in line. I really overdrew that with super draw, but I still have the out. Here, I leave a perfect angle on the 5 to go over for the 6. Level 11 gives you straight pull practice, which helps with all games. Notice how by breaking from slightly off center with a square hit, I make one of the second row balls in the side. That's a good approach with a 15-ball rack, like in the game of 8-ball. You shoot the balls in any order here. There is plenty of room for error early in the rack when you have more options, but near the end you need to be more careful with pattern play and cue ball control. A combo is an odd starting shot, but here it really helps me open up the rack. I cheat the pocket a little on this one to get perfect shape on the 11. Now, a stop shot allows me to complete the run easily. Good pattern play and smart choices like this can make runs look and play easy. Level 12 is standard 8-ball with ball in hand after the break. Pick and run a group and then pocket the 8 for the rack win. I don't get a square hit on this one, so I miss the second row ball. Here, the stripes look much better. The 2-7 cluster and the 6 are problems for solids. With ball in hand, I take care of the toughest stripe first. That's 2 shots now where I missed shape on the 10, but I still have options early in the rack. Woohoo! I finally got shape on the 10. That was a good draw shot, right into the line of the 12. Now the out is easy. Here, I decide to play short side on the 14 since it is easy shape. Don't play for tough shape if you already have easy shape to a reasonable shot. That brings me right into the line of the 8. Level 13 is fun. It is a 9-ball rack, but you start like a game of 8-ball. After you clear a group and then the 8, you are required to run the remaining balls in rotation, like 9-ball. This level is more difficult than previous ones, partly because you need to get shape from the 8 to the first rotation ball. I decide to run the stripes, since the rotation run of the solids looks easier. I come up a little short on my shape for the 1, but with a good hold shot I can recover. Level 14 is standard 9 ball with ball in hand after the break. Again, I pocket the wing ball and also pocket the 1. This is a nice spread for an easy run out. Level 15 is a lot tougher. You need to run a rack of 8 ball and run the remaining balls in rotation after getting shape off the 8 to the first rotation ball. This is one of my favorite games to practice when I'm not working on drills. That wasn't my best break, but ball in hand helps me get a good start with the solids. That was a good precision draw shot, the kind of skill you can develop with dedicated draw shot drills like in the BU exams. That was another good controlled draw shot. Now I need to really bring it with a long inside follow shot to get shape on the 9, the first rotation ball. Here, I am using the system for aiming with side spin to find an accurate aim to compensate for cue ball deflection. See the SAWS link in the video description for more information. I aim a little too low on this one and miscue. I think I tightened my grip slightly during the stroke, which didn't help. Again, anytime you miss a shot, diagnose the error and practice the shot to help prevent similar mistakes in the future. With a relaxed stroke, that shot was very easy. Lesson learned, stay relaxed on those draw shots. That's better, nice and relaxed. The last level is really tough, 15 ball rotation. I have a video linked in the video description showing a bunch of example racks of 15 ball rotation if you want to check them out. Here's one as an example. It was filmed on my old 8-foot table before I got the 9-foot table from Robert Byrne. That was a good break with a nice spread. You can take ball in hand after the break, but when I shot this video, I was attempting to get a good look at the 1 after the break without taking ball in hand. Here, I need a slight swerve shot to make the 1. Here, I need to make a long, elevated shot. And now I need to get a breakout to withdraw. Here, I need a soft spin shot to get shape on the 5 and the side. This rack is the gift that keeps giving. I probably should have shot this in the side, but the corner felt better at the time for some reason. This is a thin cut with tough shape on the 10. I got a little lucky on that one. Now I need to bump the 13 out of the way a little. Some racks just have challenge after challenge. I didn't leave that very good, so I decided to play for easy shape in the side. Now 2 draw shots give me the win. I hope you enjoy and benefit from the Runout Drill System. Again, everything I mentioned throughout the video is linked in the video description. After trying the RDS system, your ending level will give you a rating corresponding to your approximate level of ability. Use the linked log sheet to track your ending levels over time so you can monitor your improvement. Also, mix up your practice with dedicated skill drills periodically. It is important to develop and improve your skills, especially the ones you identify during play and RDS practice as problem areas. You should also work on the skills you might not use very much during typical play. That's the only way you will be able to add them to your arsenal. The Video Encyclopedia of Pool Practice has a large collection of drills that help you work on every technique and skill needed in top-level pool. Good luck with your game from Dr. Dave, and have fun with RDS.